You keep waiting to feel ready. You keep waiting for the version of yourself that wakes up early, that wants the workout, that opens the laptop and just starts. You've been waiting for that person for years. And here's the truth. Nobody tells you. That person doesn't arrive. Motivation was never coming to save you. Here's what's actually happening in your brain, and once you understand it, you'll never wait for motivation again. Motivation is a feeling. It's generated by dopamine, and dopamine is not designed to reward you for doing hard things. It's designed to reward you for anticipating a payoff. That's why you feel a rush planning the workout, buying the notebook, researching the diet, and then the actual doing feels like nothing. The planning released the chemical. The doing didn't need to. This is why New Year's resolutions die by January 19th. Not because people are weak, because they were relying on a feeling that was never built to last past the planning phase. You are not broken for losing motivation 3 days in. Everyone loses it 3 days in. The only difference between the people who keep going and the people who quit is that the ones who keep going stopped waiting for the feeling to come back. Let that sink in. Discipline isn't a personality trait some people are born with. It's not a resource you either have or don't. It's a decision you make in the specific moment when motivation has already left the room. That's it. That's the entire secret the self-help industry sells you 100 different ways. Show up when you don't feel like it. Everything else is packaging. But knowing that doesn't make it easy, so let's talk about why showing up when you don't feel like it is so brutally hard, and what actually makes it easier. Your brain is running ancient software. For most of human history, conserving energy kept you alive. A body that didn't want to move unnecessarily was a body that survived the famine. You are fighting millions of years of programming every time you choose the hard thing over the comfortable thing, so stop calling yourself lazy. You're not lazy, you're human, running software built for a world that doesn't exist anymore. Here's what changes the equation. Researchers who study habit formation keep finding the same pattern. The goal is never the thing that creates change. The system is. People who say, "I want to get in shape," fail at a dramatically higher rate than people who say, "I walk for 10 minutes after dinner every single day no matter what." The first is a feeling to chase. The second is a decision that's already been made, waiting to be executed. This is the part most people skip. So listen closely. Make the decision once, in advance, when you're calm and clear-headed. Not every night, exhausted, negotiating with yourself over whether tonight is the exception. You already know how that negotiation ends. You lose it almost every time because you're negotiating against a version of yourself that's tired. And tired you does not care about future you. So decide once. Decide on a Sunday, in the light, what Tuesday's tired version of you is going to do. Write it down if you have to. Make it embarrassingly small, if that's what it takes. 10 minutes, 1 page, 5 push-ups. The size of the action is not the point. The point is that you removed the moment of decision from the moment of exhaustion. You already decided. Tired you just has to execute, not deliberate. Now here's the part that actually keeps people going long enough for this to become who they are, not just something they tried. It's not the big win that keeps you consistent. It's proof. Every single time you do the small thing you said you'd do, especially when you didn't feel like it, you are collecting evidence. Evidence that your word to yourself means something. Most people have spent years breaking promises to themselves and wonder why they don't trust themselves to follow through. You wouldn't trust a friend who canceled on you 50 times either. Every rep of keeping a small promise to yourself rebuilds that trust. Not through motivation, through repetition. This is why the small, boring, unglamorous version of the habit matters more than the ambitious version you'll abandon in 2 weeks. 10 minutes you'll actually do beats 60 minutes you'll do twice. Let's talk about what happens on the days it genuinely falls apart, because it will. You'll miss a day. You might miss 3. This is where most people quit entirely, because they treat one missed day as proof the whole thing failed. It isn't. A single missed day is a data point. A pattern of missed days is a choice. The people who actually change their lives are not the ones who never miss. They're the ones who never let one missed day become 2. The rule isn't perfection. The rule is never miss twice. Say that back to yourself the next time you slip. Never miss twice. That single sentence will do more for your consistency than any amount of hype ever will, because it gives tired, imperfect, real you a way back in immediately, without shame, without starting over, without waiting for Monday or the first of the month to feel like a clean slate. Here's the last thing, and it's the thing that actually matters most. Somewhere in the last few minutes, you thought of the thing. You know which one. The workout you've been postponing. The message you've been avoiding sending. The work you've been telling yourself you'll start when you feel ready. You are not going to feel ready. Ready is not a feeling that arrives before action. Ready is a feeling that arrives after you've already started, as a side effect of momentum you built by moving first. So don't wait for the version of you that wants to do it. That version shows up after, not before. Decide once, make it small, protect the streak, and when you break it, get back in within a day. That's the whole system. Not motivation, not inspiration. A decision made once, executed on repeat, especially on the days it feels like nothing. You don't need to feel ready. You need to start anyway. That's the whole secret, and now you know it.